Welcome to the Pitch Guys podcast, where we mix infinite ideas with limited ambition. In this episode, we'll be flying high as we discuss our ideas for our own airline. You also might notice that Trevor and Derek like to tease me relentlessly about my pronunciation of the word Hawaii, yet it's 2019 and neither of them seems to have figured out that we no longer call flight attendants stewardesses. Oh, and if there are little ones in the room while you're listening to this podcast, get on the phone, hire a properly accredited babysitter, wait for her to arrive, and then drive yourself 10 miles out into the country, park on a dark and deserted side road, pump Metallica through your stereo system at deafening levels, put some headphones in, and listen to this thing on your phone. Some things aren't meant for delicate ears. Today, we are going to talk about our ideas to improve the whole airport experience. And I was thinking, not just the airport experience, but the airline experience. So I'm thinking today what we should do is we should pitch our idea for the ultimate airline. Pitch Guys Air, if you will. So what do you think, guys? Are you on board with this?
Right. Airline,
on board if you're fictional
airport, everything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. There's a lot of misery to the whole airline experience. Air travel, I mean, it's convenient, but you would think that it wouldn't induce so much anxiety. And it seems like every time I go on a plane, there's a lot of inconveniences. Mm-hmm. So I want to discuss those inconveniences and see if we can develop an airline that would be much better.
I already hate this topic because I hate air travel.
Wow.
You hate it?
I hate it.
Why do you hate it?
I think it's our great conflict because we'll never have a real war we're drafted in. So I feel like that is the closest I'm going to get to air travel. Like I hate it. I have anxiety about air travel.
Yeah.
I'm 6'3" and I'm 6'3" the other way. So I'm terrified of air travel.
Yeah. Well, I also don't enjoy it for that reason. And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to seating. We're going to talk about all of those issues. Okay. But, I think air travel has definitely improved. Like I've just recently been rewatching HBO's Band of Brothers.
Yes.
And if you see the way they traveled in the air, I think that we've definitely got some improvements because, I mean, they were flying over Normandy and they were like strapped into their into seats and into the, like, I don't know what they call that thing, like a trolley before they would jump out of the plane.
Trolley full of candy?
Well, it was like something that they would attach onto with a carabiner before they would actually jump out of the plane to land in France. And I think that actually my experiences with air travel have been a lot better than that. I've never had the experience of being shot at while I've been in the air.
You don't have to jump out over Orlando Airport and
no,
drift your way down to Disney.
To actually go ahead and disagree with you. Wow. Because it seems like, even though like you don't want to be in that situation where you're getting shot at and like your life is on the line, if you look at the actual arrangement of the aircraft, they got some leg room. Like they're looking at their friends so they can have conversations.
It's true.
They're looking at people and they can actually stretch their legs out a little bit.
That's true.
And the best thing is they do have the option, if they've had just too much of the airline, to jump out. So I think they got two up on us there.
The exit is a lot faster.
Yeah.
You're not like waiting.
Yeah,
you just jump and you're out.
Like where you're sitting around waiting for like 15 minutes while people are grabbing their bags.
Yeah.
No, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
They got their packs on.
Got their bags on their back.
They jump out of the plane. I think we need to start at the very beginning, and that's with the
taxi ride.
The booking. I want to go to the booking. Okay. So you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And you have to book a flight. Now, you can go through a travel agent. I mean, you can do it online.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Pitch Guys Air, we've got our own website. Are you satisfied with current booking of airplanes, or is there anything you guys would change about it?
I don't understand it.
What do you mean?
I let my wife do it because I just get flustered.
Oh, really?
And there seems like there's all these little like apps and gimmicky websites that will book things for you, but I don't know if they're real or if I'm actually going to end up on a plane, so I don't trust them. I'm an old man when it comes to
I find it takes so long going through all the different options of bookings that I'm trying to find the best deal. And I don't understand why, sometimes to fly, say to Vancouver, it's $150 and sometimes it's $350. It's just a different day. So I think
it's whimsical.
I think it needs to be this Pitch Guy's website always has the best prices.
Always.
Yeah.
We don't screw around with this.
No, like
We're not wasting your time.
No. The price is what the price is.
Yeah. We know how much the gas costs. It's
Yeah.
not going to change, right? We weigh every passenger, I guess.
Yeah, it's
and
by
we just
weight.
use that average,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, we got it down to a science, and we don't charge you more if it's a Tuesday.
And the other thing, I just booked a flight the other day. I get a lot of anxiety when I'm getting to that screen where I'm confirming because I know if I screwed something up and I press that I'm a cheap bastard. So I always choose the option where you can't change
no
the
refunds,
flight.
yeah.
Like, so I am looking at that. I'm proofreading that date and double checking my dates to make sure I've got everything correct before I actually press continue.
You accidentally booked a train
Exactly.
instead of a plane.
And that is scary. I know somebody
'Cause
who
trains don't
actually
fly.
booked a flight to Hawaii, and they they went to Maui, and they intended to come back on a certain day. It was, I think they'd been there about 10 days. They got to the airport, and they realized that they had booked their return flight a month later, like it was a whole month away.
Oh my!
So they got their dates wrong, and they had to be back because they had to work. So that is that's a panic-inducing situation.
Yeah, you just start a new life in Hawaii.
Yeah,
just
true.
give it all up.
Yeah.
Can you say Hawaii for me?
Hawaii.
Can you say Hawaii again?
Hawaii.
One more time.
Huawei.
Are you messing with me?
That's how I always say
You
it.
don't put the E on the end
I
of
don't.
Hawaii?
Do you put it on?
Now I'm self-conscious about saying Hawaii.
Okay. Well,
Hawaii.
I'll tell you what. Our airline doesn't go to Hawaii, so it's not going to be a problem.
Maybe it does go to Hawaii, which is like some obscure
Yeah.
province in some war zone.
And it's cheap.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
really
super
real
cheap.
Yeah, it's
inexpensive.
in Serbia.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, there's no Maui, but there's a volcano.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I think that's great. So, is there any way we can fix that then? That panic that you feel when you commit to it?
You know, I can set my email to have like a minute-long wait where it won't send it for a minute. It gives me that delay. So I think that could remove that panic where I could hit confirm and then say and then look at
Exactly.
we're good.
Yeah.
You know?
How about a minute is a little tight.
Yeah.
30-minute grace period.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
30-minute
If you
grace
decide
period.
if you're drunk and you book 4 tickets to Vegas in 30 minutes, you can say,
Yeah.
"Oh, that was a bad choice," and you
Okay.
can back out.
You hear about more people getting married, but when they're drunk, but not a lot of people committing to air travel.
I don't know. I bet it happens.
I bet
I
it
could
does,
totally see if I'd had a couple drinks, like
Yeah.
going out and buying flights on a whim.
Yeah,
For sure. That is a super idea.
I don't understand how air miles work.
Well, that's the next topic was the reward programs. And there's
Oh.
all these different air miles. Now, I mean, here in Canada, we have WestJet, and you have your WestJet rewards, which
yeah,
are
they add
actually dollar amounts. And WestJet, I have to admit, I kind of like that. I think that works pretty darn well. But then you've got air miles that don't actually equal the amount of miles that you can travel with it, which is super, super confusing.
Yes.
They know what they're doing.
Or
And
you
that's-
have some people might have Avion miles that they
Right.
could use, which are you're using thousands and thousands of points, but it depends on where you want to go.
And of course, we have the Air Miles program in Canada, which isn't very great. And
Don't they have air miles in the States?
they probably do, but I'm thinking about the Canadian Air Miles program where I've been a member for about 20 years. I sold a house and applied Air Miles to it and still only had enough to buy a couple movie theater tickets with. So to actually apply that to
VIP theater or normal theater?
normal theater
No.
and 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So, you know.
And you don't get to even buy your own popcorn, even if you have money.
Yeah, no, they actually prevent
They
you
won't
from
look
going
at
into that
you
line.
either when they take your ticket.
Oh, you're one of those Air Miles people, are you? So yeah, we need a reward plan.
I would like to see a punch card system, kind of like the Subway Club card. You know, if you fly 7 times, the 8th time is free.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know financially if we could do that, but it's a really good idea. Another thought
I
is
don't know finances that well.
don't reward in flights. Reward in like something like meat, maybe. Like, you know, if you spend so much on flights in a year, you get like a quarter like of a beef.
Yeah, you get more
Wow.
expensive meats depending on how high of a level
Right.
you are. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Pitch Guy's Butcher Shop will just mail it out to you.
Right. Yeah. And by the time it gets to you, I mean, we're not
no
got to save some money.
truck.
It's not refrigerated, but
You're a chicken level flyer. Oh, you are a ham passenger.
hot dogs.
You're a
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
hog,
Yeah.
Do one flight to like Vancouver, you're just a spam passenger.
So our tiers will be based on meat then?
My tiers are always based on meat.
You have tiers after you eat a lot of meat.
I have meat remorse. It's salty.
All right, so you've got like the wiener hot dog level.
Yeah.
The beef jerky, that's a step up because that stuff's expensive.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
premium, actually.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Like it's ridiculous. You have to practically get a second mortgage to go out and buy beef jerky now.
Got your filet mignon level.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's how it's pronounced.
These are the tiers.
Yeah.
The other thing I hate about airlines now is you get this reminder 24 hours before you are to fly
You hate being
that you need to
reminded.
check in. No. And so you check in online, and then if you want to get seats with the rest of your family, you actually have to
If
pay.
you want to.
Yeah, you have to pay a fee for that. How about do it like an auction system instead? So you don't have a set fee, but it's whoever bids the most gets to choose the best seats
They
first.
kind of have that already. It's called
Yeah.
first class, and you just pay a whole bucket load of money, and you get to be treated like a person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it's great.
How about we don't do that? We don't discriminate on our flights. There is no first class.
Okay.
Everybody's the same.
first class.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, we say that. They're
Yeah.
not really
Yeah.
first
No,
class.
they're still getting
There's
dragged
still
in, but-
you're really coached, but we're
Yeah.
gonna call you all first.
You could be a
class.
bottom feeder of a person, but
Yeah.
you still get to sit in the other side of that curtain.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I hate that curtain when it exists.
So there's an imaginary curtain, but it's at the very back of the plane.
Right.
Right. So all of the seats are in first
Yeah.
class.
You feel like you're in first class because you
Yeah.
assume there's someone behind that curtain.
We
We
actually
actually-
load from the back, so you have to walk through the curtain to
Right.
you're in that
That's a
first class.
great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually cram those seats in there. We've got 4 in a row on each side.
Yeah.
But it's no bigger than your average 737. So
Do double decker seats. Just have someone's feet kicking in front of your face
yeah.
with a ladder. I love that idea. Make people feel first class.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and it creates that illusion, and it's not going to cost us anything.
Yeah.
So not only is this great for people, but it's great for our bottom line.
Do you feel terrible about yourself when you see the first class people and you're not in first class?
Yeah, it because then I have to go sit in my seat and try and cram myself into it.
Yeah.
And
The physical pain, but just
Yeah.
emotionally, does that damage you? Because it does me.
well, when they've got their hot towel, I do admit
Yeah.
that bothers me to some degree. You know,
I
a
start
nice
to-
little drink, and
Oh, yeah, the drinks.
yeah.
Yeah, you definitely need those. I examine my whole life and my choices. I'm like, I should have worked harder. Like, this is because I shirked it. That's why I'm suffering right now. And then I start looking at people and imagining, how they live their lives better. Like, oh, that guy probably
Yeah.
studied really hard and he's good at math.
Yeah.
You hear your father over your shoulder just talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear the ghost of your father and
And that's
you
what
take him on the plane of
and
you.
that's why when you fly Pitch Guys Air, you're going to feel amazing
Yeah.
because you are going to be the same as everybody else.
Yeah.
And when they do the safety video before they take off, they even make a point of really boosting your confidence in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So they tell you, you're special.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, and you're no different than anyone else on this plane.
Yeah. That could be kind of our slogan, like great for your self-esteem, just okay on your wallet.
Yeah. And if you like meat, fly with us
Yeah.
because we have a whole pile
Best
of
meat in the
Pitch
air.
Guys Air, you can't beat our meat. That's a random mashup for an airline, but I like it. Best meat in the sky. I don't think we've had a Pitch Guys where we don't mention meat.
There are a few topics, and if we can somehow build whales and other animals like that into here, we're definitely going to be.
Well, we could probably wrap the plane in some artwork, some
Yeah.
Free Willy inspired.
Yeah, why
You're flying on an Orca. You're not. It's not a 747. It's a.
Why? Yeah, you're right. Why do planes have to look so boring? I mean, every once in a while you'll see a frozen plane, like WestJet has their frozen plane that flies to
Oh, the movie,
Los Angeles.
not the condition.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you do
I
see
like the
frozen
idea
planes.
of a plane that is it looks like a whale.
Yeah.
Or maybe
outside or inside, because inside that'd be gross.
Both, yeah.
Like you see the ribs and the tendons.
Yeah, no,
the
I know.
guts.
I would love that
Cheeks.
actually. And a
You're
beating,
just riding in a carcass.
There's a beating heart at the one end, right?
Oh my
Boom,
God.
boom, right at
Real
the
theme
front.
plane.
There's about 3 inches of blood on the floor. Actually, that reminds me of a train ride I took. Have you ever taken the Channel train from London to Paris?
I have not yet.
You go under the ocean.
Yeah.
And they have a new thing now where they have VR train experiences for kids. So you can rent VR glasses, and when you look through your VR glasses, the roof of the train disappears and you actually see the ocean and you see like sea life going by.
Crazy.
And it's like a crazy interactive video game for kids.
Did you do this?
No, because I was on the wrong train, but I felt so ripped off. But yeah, that would be an amazing thing for airplanes, I think. If you could just make it like a VR experience.
Yeah.
I mean, flying underwater is a bit of a stretch, but you know.
Or you actually go with some sort of a safe convertible type method where at some point in the flight, the roof opens up.
Oh
the
my
captain
God.
comes on and says, just so you know, you should probably be seated.
Make sure your seatbelts
now.
are on.
You may want to buckle up and hold on to your hat.
Now, this is going to get a little rough and a little cold, actually. Your oxygen masks are mandatory at this point.
Yeah.
Air is pretty thin up here.
And then the airline, what do you call them? Stewardesses?
Yeah. Flight
Stewards?
attendants.
The flight attendants. Right.
attendants.
Stewardess is a sexist term.
That's
What am
like
I from
1970s, right?
Yeah. They're just pointing to the emergency exits and they just point up. A convertible airplane.
Oh, I don't know. Is it actually, can you do it
No.
at height?
Absolutely
Probably.
not. People's eyeballs would get sucked out of their head.
Yeah. You'd have to
Okay.
fly a lot lower.
We give them all spacesuits. Okay. So,
This is going to make things expensive.
okay, but we have different flight levels. I mean,
That's the top
you
meat
know,
level.
yeah, like you want, if
that's
you
the
want to do
top.
that,
Something
you're going to be on
wrapped
the
in
filet
bacon.
mignon
Yeah.
level, right?
You're in a
So that's-
spacesuit with no roof to your plane and you get to go to the bathroom right in your suit. That's a great idea.
You're waiting in line.
Yeah, and there's no reason why you can't smoke because like it's outside.
Except
you're
you
outside.
can't get it into your actual mouth because you got your space
Well, it's
suit.
hot boxing then.
Yeah, okay.
It's a vape in there.
Yeah.
It's vaped in somehow.
Yeah.
So
it's a vaped in, pee in your astronaut suit, no ceiling airplane experience.
Oh, I think that is.
It's going to sell 100%.
I don't know. I would really do it if I could get into an astronaut suit and ride. Like,
I think the
That'd be a
pilot
lot
would
of
be a
fun.
jerk and do a barrel roll around.
every once in a while. Oh, so it's more like an amusement park ride.
Yeah.
As well. Like, yeah, you're on a 6-hour flight from West Coast to East Coast, and the pilot is doing like barrel rolls and diving the
Some
plane.
rises and dives, yeah.
Yeah, and again, this is at the most expensive level. You're not getting this if you're on Wiener level or
No, Wiener
you've
level is
gotta-
a straightforward plain Jane plane experience.
I mean, but still, it's
But you're
our
first class.
airline is better
Yeah.
because you're all first class on Pitch Guys Air.
And then the flight attendants. Oh man, I'm old. The flight attendants would snap a picture of you right at the height of when you think you're going to die.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you get to buy that picture if you and your
Yeah.
family later.
When you get off the plane.
Yeah, like Splash Mountain in Disneyland.
Yeah, the thrill ride. But 6 hours of that might be a bit much.
I think
So-
we've gotten off topic, and I don't really know what the topic is now.
Well, I think we were talking about. You're right.
We got to get back to the
we were
airport
a
experience.
little
I
bit.
think.
We're a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Oh my
So,
God, we haven't even got to the airport.
I mean, we were still talking about the reward system,
Right.
right.
But that's all done. We booked our flight. We've got our rewards. Now
Yay.
we're going to the airport.
Right.
We're parking. Now some airlines actually have special parking privileges.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be great if you could perhaps park your car right on the plane, and then you could have it when you got,
a cargo
good
plane
idea.
kind
or
of.
they could have a trailer that could go behind the plane.
Yeah, little U-Haul that pulls with wings. That's a
And
good idea.
And I mean, what is an average plane? Like a 737 fits around 300 people, so
Yeah.
you might have 100 cars that
That's not a problem.
in a trailer. There's a little bit of drag, a
little drag on the plane.
I wouldn't mind it for the convenience.
Yeah. You probably couldn't take off with that trailer attached, but if you could somehow launch that up.
Just
Yeah.
fire
Into
a
the
bunch
air.
of trailers
Yeah.
at the plane and hope they latch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe.
Or if you could somehow have a special pod in your house that would launch you into the sky and allow you to join the plane in progress.
Yeah.
But again, that's at the pricey end of things.
So you just got to wait for your window.
Yeah.
Hit the button. And as long as the wind is right and they've calculated it right, you're getting up into that plane.
I don't know. My wife is always running late, and I can see that being quite stressful. It's like, come on, honey, the plane's gonna be over in like
get in the
2
pod.
minutes.
Yeah. We're gonna get sucked into an engine
for crying out loud. There goes our trip to Disneyland.
Yeah. Well, now we're dead.
Meanwhile, one of my kids has actually launched up, and the rest of us missed it.
Yeah.
Dad, I made it.
It's like a Home Alone kind of situation.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind the parking actually that much because it's still not being on the plane. So I kind of savor everything leading up to actually having to be on the plane because all of that is 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, parking's not an issue.
But the worst part of it to me is not so much the parking. It's the fact that the airport, it seems as the years have gone on, they keep telling us that we need to arrive more and more hours before the plane is actually supposed to leave.
That's true.
You know, I think at one point I recall that it was quite safe to arrive an hour before your plane was going to depart. It was going to be fine.
Yes.
But now, I mean, it's like 3 hours. If you want to fly out of country, they're expecting you to show up.
Yeah, and they throw on the guilt too. Like they make you feel like a horrible person if you're not showing up like 7 hours before your flight. And then all your friends and family members have adopted this kind of dogma. And they say the same thing. Like if you ever travel with your parents, the older the person you go with, the more early you have to go.
Exactly.
The earlier you have to show up.
There's a direct link.
Oh, we're flying next week, so let's go to the airport. Grab your pillows, your sleeping bags, you'll need your toothbrush, and we need to pack a few meals. Because, if you don't show up at least 2 weeks before the flight, you're worse than Hitler. Sometimes I'd like to just pull up at the front doors of the airport and then just abandon the car.
Yeah, that would be good. That's called, actually, they have a name for that. That's called valet parking.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even want to have to put it in park and come to a full stop. I want to just slip out and he slips in.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't have time to put it in park and then,
And that's part of the thrill ride experience. They've got high jump mats set up all along the front. There's a special Pitch Guys Air section.
Yeah.
And then you and the family roll out of the vehicle and you keep it keep it and drive.
You can be like an action movie star.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly. Now your suitcases, you're going to have to be prepared for that. I don't know.
Throw them out first, maybe.
With you.
Yeah.
If you're affording to fly the filet mignon, is that right? Am I saying it right?
Well, I believe it said filet mignon.
Definitely filet mignon.
Yeah, but you can say it that
I didn't
way.
know you could speak French.
However,
if it makes you feel good, you can definitely say it that way.
If you're paying for the filet mignon experience, I don't think you even have luggage.
No?
You're not a person who even carries possessions with them.
No, they just predict what you will need.
You just have your adamantium card and you just buy new stuff when you get wherever you go.
Yeah. And maybe that's part of it is that the Pitch Guys Air, they spy on you for weeks in advance of your flight. And they kind of get to know your habits.
Voyeurism, just to help you out.
So you're sitting down for dinner and you kind of see someone peeking through the front window and you go out there and the Pitch Guys Air guys are running away. But
they're just customizing your flight experience.
Yeah, exactly. They're not there. It's not for any creepy reason. They just want to serve you as well as they can possibly serve you.
They're going through your garbage to determine whether or not you're an aisle guy or a window person. And what kind of food you would want.
If you have any allergies.
They're looking at your food.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Medical receipts. They're looking for allergies. Yeah. They're thorough.
Oh.
That's a VIP package.
We're at the airport.
Yay.
And we got to check in.
Yeah.
Right. And now you already did that online.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I think that is a hell of a lot better than it was, let's say, 15 years ago. Check-in, I would say, has definitely improved because you basically put this. Sorry, go ahead, Trevor.
Well, yeah, it's convenient, but I think again it adds to the guilt because I feel like if I don't do the check-in on my phone before I actually get to the airport, I've missed my chance of picking the seats I want, like with my family.
Right.
So it feels like a to-do thing that I don't really want to do, and I wish everyone just got everyone was equal. You get to the airport and then you just run like hell Right.
So there's a stampede to actually get to the airport.
Yeah, like you
and
throw
that's how you get your
elbows, you can
seat.
trip a bit if that gets you and your family the seats you want, right?
You can wear rollerblades if you want.
Yeah, you can crack
through
someone in the nose.
Longboard down the hall. And,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would definitely deal with some of the anxieties.
A death race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody actually dies. We just call it a death race. I mean, it happens occasionally.
Well, everything happens
Black
occasionally.
Friday sometimes too.
And that's why you sign the waiver.
Yeah.
When you are,
The air waiver.
Well, you need that because
The waiver.
with that open air airplane and the thrill ride, the 6-hour thrill rides, you're going to want waivers.
Yeah, and the tobacco. And
Yeah.
whatever.
All those
All
things.
those things. Yeah, those perks.
Yeah. So you got to go through security. One of the things I hate most about air travel, although I am kind of happy that you have to go through security because the option of somebody wanting to do evil things on an airplane is much worse than
It's
me
a post
having to-
9/11 world.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
It has changed.
Yeah.
But God, taking off your damn belt and like shoes and
Yeah.
then going through every single piece of your luggage, like it's just
I don't
not
mind
fun.
I don't mind taking my shoes off because I have clean socks usually. I take pride in my feet.
Oh.
But some people don't. So I mind them taking their shoes off. But I do hate the belt thing because not all airports are consistent with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm supposed to take my belt off, but I'm too scared not to. And you get up there and then someone yells at you and then you're panicking to take the belt off and then it gets caught in the loops. And then it's like a victim mentality, like, oh, should I take the belt off? And you're standing there, subservient with your little belt in your hands. And they're like, you didn't have to take your belt off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the guy behind is like a dick. Like that's never had to been done before.
This
Like,
guy took his belt off.
Yeah, everyone, look at this asshole. Took his belt off. What are you, pervert?
You drop trow now. And then when you get through, they don't have a proper belt, adjustment area. So you're stuck there trying to hop with one shoe on and you got your stuff and people are packing up behind you coming out of those lines and you're trying to put your belt on with one hand and there's like nothing to sit at or nowhere to put your stuff. And you just look like a freak.
Okay, well, if you fly Pitch Guys Air, there's a special machine. You feed your belt through it when you before you go through the security, the metal detector, and then when you come out the other side, you just kind of stand in the right place, and the machine feeds the belt through and it loops it on for you.
So a high-powered projectile fired at your hip region.
Yeah, you need to actually hold one of your belt loops out just to make sure it hits you right. Like otherwise,
you want to get your hand in the way now.
Yeah. God damn it. This thing. I mean, we'll iron out the kinks, but it'll be very entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, a few years will go by, we'll learn, and then it'll be smooth after that.
I mean, it won't be good, but it will be fun to watch.
Yeah.
All these guys doing this.
The upper meat tier, the high class people, they would actually just have somebody put the belt on for them.
White glove.
Yeah.
They can take their whole pants off, and someone else will take their pants off. And then,
Or you're just allowed to keep your pants off for the flight because I think that would make it a lot more comfortable. Yeah.
There's underwear.
That middle level,
I think.
middle level tier.
Yeah.
No pants allowed, or you can have them if you want, but you don't have to wear.
It's a pantless plane.
Yeah. Or maybe if we could just lay down on that damn conveyor belt and go right through it
that would be
ourselves,
wonderful.
then you don't have to take your
You'd
belt
save so much
off,
time.
right?
You just stand on the conveyor belt and it. You just ride
with
right
your
through.
with your everything, and it just X-rays you, just puts a massive amount of radiation through you.
That's safe.
Yeah, it depends how often you do it.
You get a bit of a tan before your Hawaii trip.
Yeah. Hawaii. It's how it's said.
Hawaii. I like the X-ray ones that you go through now. Where they X-ray your body.
Yeah.
Because I always get some fun comment by the kid working security that because of the metal in my body, I look like Wolverine.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel special.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Why not? Pitch Guys Air, we hire a few radiologists.
Okay.
And they actually stand by the X-ray thing, and they take a quick look at it.
Yeah.
And then if they see any issues when you go through, they just tell you as a service. Oh, by the way, looks like you might have cancer. Maybe after you get back from your Disneyland trip, go to a doctor and check that out.
That would make a bleak trip, but that's an important news to hear.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's really bad, they could just say, they give you the information, but they said, don't open this till you're home.
Yeah.
You can still enjoy.
Yeah, we looked at your patella, and you might want to check out that old football fracture because it did not heal.
Yeah. We noticed that you have about 3 toy cars up your ass, and it's we're just wondering how you're even able to defecate at this point.
Yeah. You got a nickname, Hot Wheels, for the rest of your life?
Well, you know what? That's a perfect spot just to stop, I think, for a minute. So, so anyways, we are going to take a short pause for the cause here, and we're going to have our shameless plug, and we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. Shameless plug.
Pass me some popcorn.
And who's... Oh, I got to text this person back.
Didn't go to sleep.
I can't meet Tuesday. Send.
YouTube.
Still pickle.
How long is this? How long is this shameless plug thing?
What?
This shameless plug. How long was this one?
I don't know.
I'm not in
How long
charge
does
of
it
that.
take to get it out?
I don't know. It's been a little bit difficult to get a decent sponsor. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, that, I guess, is an issue if anyone when they start a podcast.
are you insinuating that you're not happy with my attempts to get a?
Here we go.
No, I don't think he's saying that. I think it's just
No, he's
trying
been
to-
on my ass about this. Like,
We've done like 4 of these.
well, this is the 4th. Get it right. Do you not even know how many we've done?
What is your
This,
deal?
like,
It's going to
Just
take some time.
because-
It's going to take some time.
No, he said it just because you are the tech one and because you are the one who does all the editing.
just because I'm doing everything on this thing.
Oh,
Trevor.
is there one person talking?
What?
You talking to yourself right now?
Yeah. Well, who's coming up with all the good ideas?
Who comes up with ideas that are garbage and we have to reformat everything?
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
What are we? What are
Just
we
because
bitching
we
about?
got sponsors here doesn't mean you need to get on me.
We don't have real sponsors.
Well, that's another problem. But I don't see you getting off your ass to do it. You know a lot of people.
I
You haven't
know-
done dick on
He
this.
is.
I'm not
true that
comfortable
you do know
taking
people.
this to those people yet.
Okay.
I don't think
Why
this
not?
is good.
What's your problem
Guys.
with this?
Because
Getting a
you're
little
holding
aggressive.
back
Shut
a lot
up,
of
Derek.
Derek.
You know-
Enough. You're holding back a lot of the time. It sounds very wooden. To be honest, it sounds very wooden.
This from you. Have you ever heard your voice? Hi, I'm Trevor. Oh, I got a great.
Oh yeah, I
got a
sound
great
like Barney
podcast.
the dinosaur.
Guys,
You do sound like Barney.
Yeah,
You
you
know
sound
the
like a little
conflict makes
kid
me
going
feel
through
awkward,
puberty
Listen, I'll tell you what.
perpetually.
Screw you.
You know,
Screw me.
wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, big one. Screw
Okay.
you.
Guys, do you think we need to take a break?
Pardon
or
me?
what?
I don't know.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Will you? Like
Okay.
you just
Derek, you want to nanner a little bit more in our ears? God damn it!
like if you're gonna
Why?
say something, say it.
All right.
Yeah, stop mumbling,
Like
mumbler.
you need to start pulling your weight in this.
yeah, like
I-
what are you
I-
talking? Like 22% of the time?
Why? I feel,
Yeah, way
I
to
feel
carry
like
it.
I'm helping.
Oh, you feel like you're helping.
I feel like I'm helping. I got.
Can I hold the hammer while Dad builds the shed?
I got the sexiest voice, so I don't have to
I got
actually
a
talk.
velvety CBC radio voice.
I can't tell if that's jealousy or
Look, Al, if you want this thing to take off, then we actually have to do some of my ideas. We actually have to do some promotion.
I don't want to do any of your ideas because your ideas are goddamn stupid.
Your ideas would be to just sit there and do nothing and just hope that, if we edit it well enough, maybe eventually people will start to listen.
I
and
am
it's
actually
garbage.
sick of this crap with you.
Oh, it's been,
always one thing or another. How many years have I known you? It's the same thing ever. I
A
don't know
little
how we
too
ever
long.
got into
5
this.
years too long.
Frick.
we all just need to sit down.
No,
We are sitting
I'm sick
down.
of this.
Oh, God, he's getting
Listen
up
to
now.
me.
Okay. Oh, what are you going to storm out?
Okay.
I'm out of here.
Oh, are you going to leave?
Yeah, screw you.
We're keeping the equipment going.
I'm taking my equipment.
You're not taking the equipment.
I'm taking my equipment with me. You're not doing anything.
No,
Derek, get out of it. Just stay out of it,
We
Derek.
share the equipment. 50-50.
Stay out of it. I
Derek,
said
God
stay
damn.
out.
Derek.
What?
Oh, my God, you hit him. Okay.
God.
Yeah, it's your fault for getting in the middle of it, Derek.
Oh, we're back from the shameless plug, that was our shameless plug this week.
So thanks to those guys for being avid sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked out pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. We love our sponsors.
Yep.
We really appreciate everything they're doing.
We love our sponsors like we love each other, and we love our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Derek, how you doing over there?
I'm feeling pretty great right now. Okay. Actually, a little dizzy, but generally okay.
You got a little something right here just on your lip.
Okay.
Little red ketchup sauce there.
Yeah.
Get that fixed up.
Yeah. It's the dry air in here.
Yeah.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, it's rough.
So you've gone through security and you need to make your way to your gate, which is roughly about 5 miles away from where you went through security.
Yep.
Rollerblades, transportation.
I'm thinking segways.
Segways.
Something in style. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
It's futuristic.
Doesn't have any pollution, not a lot of noise. You just,
They're only for Pitch Guys Air customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still
And
got
on the back, there's a like a little bumper sticker with someone giving you the finger.
Yeah.
To everybody else who's not on a Segway.
Oh, just so they know where they stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek, you still got a little on your, just
Oh,
under your nose there.
Actually, that's really coming out.
Oh,
Okay,
geez.
here, take this.
Yeah.
Just
Here's
get
some
a tissue
tissue.
here.
Yeah, just
Just wipe that. Like,
Just
stuff that.
stick it right in there. And
Yeah.
then you'll-
Okay.
Damn dry air down here.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's
I don't
going
know what
on
happened
there.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's
But-
going on.
Must have hurt yourself somehow. I don't know.
There we go. Pitch Guys Air always has the planes that leave right next to security, so you never really have to travel that
Yeah,
far.
that's a big perk.
Yeah. Because we have one plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bribe actually to get that gate.
Yeah.
Always. That's a big part of it.
I have so much anxiety at that point about actually getting on the plane that I am happy to spend the rest of my life in that little section of the terminal. Do you ever go to those VIP areas in airports? Do you ever get to go in like those? Like the maple room?
I've never paid for it.
Well,
Yeah.
I get to go in them all the time because it's a perk of something that we already have. And every time we fly, we get to go and stay in that VIP room, and you just get to load up on like cold cuts and coffee and sit up there in leather chairs and look down at people.
You see, I would have the
Again,
option
it's-
to eject you from that room for pay.
You would destroy my only thing that brings me happiness.
I'd be so anxious sitting up in that little room that I was going to miss something down where all
That's
the other
true.
people were.
Yeah, you miss when you're up in the ivory tower. You got to come down to the well of inspiration every now and then and mingle with the masses. But
If it was a real VIP room, you should be able to get up there. It should be your airplane seat. You sit in it, and then somebody carries it to the plane when it's ready for it to go.
lifted up by six
yeah.
guys. They
Four
just
people,
carry your
six.
plane.
Yeah,
yeah, like you are done moving once you get there.
yeah.
You're not going
That's
to
it.
get on the plane under your own power.
Right.
No,
The first time I did this, it was a really nice VIP room, and I didn't want to leave to go on my flight.
yeah.
But yeah, like that was going to be my vacation. I was happy to
Sitting
stay
in the
there.
VIP
Okay,
lounge.
here's another suggestion for you.
All right.
The VIP room is the flight. They fool you. You don't even know you've taken off.
Right.
You're just hanging out, and they say, "Oh, guess what? You were actually on a flight this whole time. You just arrived. You're in Disneyland."
Everyone starts applauding like
It's
jerks.
like, "Oh my god, I had no idea."
Yeah. I was just sitting here eating ham, and I didn't know that.
Ashton
we were
Kutcher
eating-
comes out and just, like warns you.
They don't do it every time. They got to keep you on edge because
Right.
then there'd be no surprise. But
Yeah.
it's every once in a while.
They got to throw you off. Like they have to change it up every now and then. Like you go to
Yeah.
the bathroom at the airport,
Yeah.
and surprise, the bathroom was the place. Right? Oh, you thought you were just
Working
peeing for
miracles.
15 minutes? No, we came up, we drugged you, we put you in a seat. You've been flying for the last
You're one
3
of
hours.
those drunk guys.
Yeah, if you could have your airline ambush you.
Wait, and then when you got to your destination, they actually, before they woke you up, they put you in front of the urinal again.
Yeah.
Then they gave you something to wake you up to counter that sedative.
Yeah.
And you think you're in the bathroom
Little
from the
smelling
old
salts.
airport. You walk out and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Hawaii.
I'm at my destination in Maui,
Yeah.
in Hawaii.
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 Yeah. They
Yeah.
got to keep the lie going.
Yeah. So it'd be so awesome.
That would mess with you too much. You wouldn't believe that you're in Hawaii when you're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then the rest of your life you just think is a lie.
Yeah.
I would rather do that than get on the plane for the 2-hour flight.
Yeah, or yeah, exactly. It can be really anxiety inducing.
Oh, and then when you're at the gate, if you find it quick enough,
Yeah.
when you're at the gate, you don't people don't follow the rules when it's time to line up.
Yeah, like we're now boarding zone. Well, first of all, there's about 5,000 people that are going to get on that plane before you, and I don't know why everyone's in such a hurry.
Yes.
To get on a plane so they can sit there all cramped up for longer than if you like. Actually, it should be a perk that you get to board last.
Yeah, you should pay for the last option.
Yeah.
Like it's not that much fun. So. But everybody seems to be so anxious about it, and we're now boarding zone 2, but all the zone 3 people, they're in line already in their head, and they're slowing everything down.
Yeah.
You should be shot if you get in the line before it's time.
They should have people ready.
Maybe
with
just
rifles.
tasered.
Or
We
something.
still want their business.
Don't tase me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good reference. Yeah, topical. Derek, your glasses arm there is a little askew. You might wanna fix that.
Jeez. Your nose is actually crooked too.
You're having a
my
rough
gosh.
day, pal.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, like I think it's mostly just people afraid that the plane's going to be overbooked and oversold, right? And they're not going to get their seat. Or actually, for me, what it is, if I ever feel like I got to get on that plane real quick, it's because I feel like I'm going to get on the plane, and when it comes time to stop for that millisecond while there's a lineup of 100 people behind you to put your luggage up in the little cubby, I feel like I'm not going to be able to perform.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to perform.
I feel like I have performance anxiety because you got to lift up your luggage above your head, which is terrible.
Yeah.
And then you got to find a way to get it into a square
Yeah.
that is usually smaller than your luggage.
And the other problem is that everybody is now bringing on their carry-on luggage, which is about the size of like I don't know, like a
fridge,
Toyota Matrix, right? And
not very big.
That seems to
not
be
very small.
Yeah, no, exactly. Seems to be allowed, but there's absolutely no space at all for all of these carry-ons, and so you never have the space above your head to actually put your carry-on luggage in.
And then you get flack from the airline personnel saying, please do not bring on this much carry-on. Like, we'll be happy to put some under the plane for you.
Yeah.
But everybody on that plane knows damn well that they're gambling. That airline is going to lose your luggage.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's not when, it's going to happen.
I have a solution to all of this.
All right.
Okay.
You're going to pitch it to us.
So now again, I mean, I think we need to, at Pitch Guys Air, we need to offer options. So this might not be for everybody, but this is my solution. So that plane, if it's a 737 or 747, instead of having seats in this thing, it's a bare hull. It's just a hull. That's all it is. You've got the pilot's area, and then the rest of the plane is an empty hull. There's no baggage area.
Just a big
when you get to
base.
the airport, you are assigned a casket. It's it's kind of like it's a pod. We can call it a casket or a pod. And you don't check your luggage in. You take your luggage with you, and you are allowed to take whatever you can fit into your pod, which also includes you. Okay. So you've got you and your bags.
Do the pods come in different sizes?
No, they're a standard
caskets,
size.
sorry.
The caskets, they're standard adult size, but they're big enough for the. I mean, if you're a little bit bigger, you're probably not going to get as much luggage in there. But
a little bit Trevor.
So, but for the average person, you're going to get yourself in there plus a carry-on plus one regular suitcase
And if
inside
you're
this
a
thing.
very trim person, there's the possibility you could get another
more.
trim person in there.
It's
So
whatever
that
you
would
can
be
stuff in your pod.
A free passenger flight could be a reward for just taking care of yourself.
So you get this pod, you stuff yourself and your belongings into the pod,
That's a good catchphrase for our airline. You stuff yourself. Pitch Guys Air.
and then they trank you. So that you're out for the entire thing. And so there's a forklift that moves your pod onto the plane, and they're
Your
just
casket.
all your pod, your casket. They're all just stacked one on top of the other. It's very efficient. They're using up the space. You can still fit just as many people and as much luggage as you could before. But I always hate that I can't really ever sleep on a plane. So if I'm tranked for the whole thing and I'm in there with my luggage, you're never going to lose your luggage. No. This is the way to go.
You eliminate all of the pre-flight anxiety as you're waiting for the plane to go. The takeoff is the worst for me. But if I was just like getting a good night's sleep, I'm not worried about any of that.
And you wake up and your underwear has mysteriously disappeared. But
if you are a person who farts in your sleep, that's going to be a terrible flight for you.
People are dying
Your
all the
airtight
time.
casket of farts.
Airtight. Yeah,
It
there's
won't
no
be bad on
oxygen.
the flight, but once you wake up.
Well, and you only get a certain amount of oxygen, so you have to pay for levels of oxygen.
yeah.
So you don't want to cheap out on that.
You got to know yourself how much oxygen you're going to use.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And a cheaper option, again, kind of like your drugging idea, I guess.
Yeah.
I would like the option for a on-plane anesthesiologist. You know, the person who puts you to sleep before surgery.
Yeah.
Like you could either have your whole body put to sleep.
Yeah.
Because you're in constant pain if you're not playing first class, right? Like, well, my body is crushed in an unnatural way and my knees are up around my head. So I would like my legs deadened and you pay a fee for that, right? So for the next 4 hours, I don't want to feel anything below my waist because my feet are now under the seat in front of me. So if you could just kill the lower part of me.
Onboard anesthesiologist.
And if it's a really long flight and you're not flying first class, I think if you could have one of those cyanide capsule molars, it's just in case, like, no, I tried this, I can't do it, and just bite down. That's the end of your flight. It's kind of like jumping out if you had the option to jump out,
You know, going back to the trank idea, just to make it a little more fun, you could also have it so that if you're flying Pitch Guys Air, they give you a Pitch Guys Air tank top you have to put on so you can identify yourself.
Yeah.
And then there are Pitch Guy Air employees that are running around the airport with trank guns, and your job is to evade them just to make it a little bit of a sport out of it. And they have to trank you, and they put you in your pod with your suitcase.
It's kind of like a little kid who doesn't want to, be put in a snowsuit.
It's just a bit of fun,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, just a bit of fun.
I'm not going willingly. Ha ha ha. Taser trank. Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
that's great.
The fun in airports that you could have.
Why can't it be?
Everybody else would needing to be dodging those.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're not flying Pitch Guys Air, you're going to look at the craziness that is happening, and then you're going to go, next time I'm flying with those guys.
Yeah.
That looks like a lot of fun.
You're going to be afraid for your life anyways. It might as well be part of the experience.
Well, the great thing is you don't have to feed people on the plane. They're tranked out. You don't need windows.
That's true. No one has a complaint about the food quality.
You don't have to do safety demos because everybody's knocked out. Now, you know, the casket idea, that's just for some flyers. I mean, we're going to have traditional planes as well, but
we're not crazy.
I just like the idea of being able to lay down and wake up and be at my destination. I think it would be a great way to go, but we are going to go with the traditional method as well.
Maybe when the Pitch Guys, reconnaissance crew is observing you, they also, get some information about your habits. Do you like to talk? Are you more like you want to sit there in silence?
Oh, yeah.
And so we know, okay, Al likes to talk. We're going to put him by Trevor, who's going to talk the whole flight.
Right.
And they're going to have a good time. But if not, if you just want to avoid people, you're going to be placed with some other people who want to avoid people. So we give you that.
Talking sections.
Yeah.
You have a little you have a lot of blood on your shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what the heck is going on, but
that shirt's wrecked.
Jeez.
Trevor, you have any extra shirts you could borrow here? Or
they'd swim on him.
Okay, well, I guess maybe just change it when you get home. It looks a little uncomfortable.
Put a spot on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bathrooms are a thing on a plane.
They are. They do exist on a plane.
People go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, and that's
It's a good observation.
it's kind of pretty tight, pretty small. Would you guys change anything on those?
I think I would just make it a lot easier.
More luxury.
And well, before you get on the plane, you're cathed.
Yeah, okay.
And
that
you have a
makes
little
sense.
bag that you drain it, and then at the end of the flight, you can just give your bag to the flight attendant.
When
to
they
them
come
when you
to
say
get the
thank
garbage, they
when you're going
to
off
grab
the
your
plane.
cat
And as they
bag.
come around for their last last little garbage swing,
just dump
you
your cat
rip
bag
out
in.
your catheter because it's a pantless flight.
Yeah,
you
that's
rip
right.
out your catheter and you
Put it
hand them
next
your
to-
bag of urine and also I don't know what's involved in what's the bag for like
colostomy bag.
colostomy bag,
Yeah.
fecal waste.
Yeah.
It seems like a major undertaking for
Well,
that.
that would require surgery probably.
Yeah.
Well,
wouldn't
yeah,
it?
we can't go.
Yeah, no,
that
that's
far.
too much. No.
But yeah, you'd hand them your empty ginger ale and your your pee bag.
Yeah.
But that's again how desperate people could be because those bathrooms are tight. Like,
Yeah. And
I get in there and I'm scared I'm not going to get back out.
the other problem with that is you have to go to the bathroom, but you see that the flight attendants are working their way down the aisle to give
yes.
everybody their pretzels for the fourth time on the flight.
Yeah.
And you can't go. You got to wait till they get past.
They'll
you.
ram you.
Yeah. They're not going to move. I've tried.
No.
So
That beverage cart has a cattle or a cow catcher on the front.
So there needs to be some sort of a ramp or stair system that allows you to climb over that so that you can get to the bathroom.
I got it.
Yeah.
Monkey bars.
Yeah.
You can pull yourself up like on a jungle gym.
Yeah.
And just go over the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a good workout for your arms.
Is it just over the cart? Or is it actually the whole roof of the plane?
You could go the whole way if you're feeling up to it.
The system.
But you don't need to. You just need to get over those two people in the cart.
The only rule is that as you're doing it, you have to make a big deal on it.
You got to show where you can hang from one arm for a bit and kick your legs around. Yeah.
So, I mean, I have seen people, like an older guy on the last flight I was on, that he really wanted to go to the bathroom and that cart was in the way, and he was ticked that cart wasn't moving for him.
Yeah.
I don't know where he thought the cart was going to go.
Right.
But
there's only two directions.
Yeah, exactly.
It does park for a while sometimes.
Or if you put really big tires on it, and then the guy just could lay down in the aisle.
Oh, yeah, that's better than the monkey bar idea.
Yeah, you just run him over.
Yeah.
You suck it up a little bit.
You're not hitting him.
It's got like a lift kit on it.
You suck your gut in a bit.
Yeah, exactly. It goes over you, and then you're good to go.
That's a good idea.
Or, here's a thought, maybe just make the aisle a little larger.
Yeah. Or they just give you full cans of beverages and just whip them at the front of the plane to you. Like, put your hand up and they throw you your ginger ale.
Like a t-shirt launcher, but with ginger ale.
They got a cannon that fires out your snacks and beverages.
A cannon.
And it's on the honor system.
Yeah,
if they're a little off their aim and someone beside you doesn't gets your snack instead, then they are supposed to pass it to you.
You get a soda and you get a soda. Yeah. Everybody gets a soda.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're allergic, you get a bag of peanuts in the eye.
Yeah. We don't deal with these like tiny little glasses of a drink.
People
you
need
get
a beverage.
Full pop.
Yeah.
Or you want a beer?
Yeah.
On Pitch Guys Air, you get a beer and you don't pay for it.
No.
I think everybody, that's how we start our flight. Everyone, raises a glass in honor of the flight. And it's worked into your ticket price. So if you don't want an alcoholic beverage,
you have to opt
that's
out.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You walk on the plane and a flight attendant hands you a cold beer. I don't know if we've taken off yet. We're on the plane. We boarded the plane.
Long process.
I know, but the plane's about to take off. Now, if you're in Canada, as we are, you have to sit through not one, but two safety messages.
Oh, yeah.
You have to do it in both French and English.
En français.
It's bad enough in one language because the reality is if that plane goes down, you're dead.
Yeah.
So why are they even bothering? In fact,
there's chances still.
I suppose. Rarely, right?
No, lots of people survive plane malfunctions. Like, you're not guaranteed death.
I don't know. Like what? I'm sure maybe if
this is getting dark. Now I'm getting more scared to fly. Here's the thing.
Well, it's safer than
car travel.
Car travel, right?
Yeah, statistically.
Well, yeah.
But I would just be comforted by having the pilot's credentials posted somewhere I could see. Like if you go into the bathroom, he's got his frame certificate or diploma or whatever the hell it is.
This pilot has not died in a fiery crash yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just days without a whoopsie.
Yeah. Days
But I'd like to see his frame certificate somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe just simplify that safety message too. It's like, okay, guys, the reality is if we crash, it's probably not likely good. So, maybe just brace and you might live. And then that's it. You're just done.
Yeah, just be honest but positive. You got a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not bother talking about how you can use your seat as a life preserver.
No.
Well, how many situations are there where that's actually going to work?
I'm always tempted to pull it out and try it. Just, when every time they say it, I reach down and I start pulling it out, wondering, could I just put this on for the flight and see how long it would take?
Yeah.
Could I take this home and try it
Maybe
in a pool?
that would make the safety messages more fun, is if when they said that the air masks are going to fall from the ceiling, they actually do, just to show you. It's like, boom, they're down.
And some smoke
Now give it a
starts
try.
to pour
Don't
down
you
the aisles.
dare put that on someone else before you put it on yourself.
Yeah.
You put it on yourself, and then once you get it on yourself, you put it on as many goddamn people as you can, as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
It's like a bit of a game.
You grab it from them.
You win prizes.
No, I'll get that for you.
And they try to create the situation too. They start a fire on purpose somewhere and some smoke's going down the aisle and you got some actors screaming. That's a good idea.
Really interactive.
Yeah. Let's talk about this comfort animal bullshit.
Oh yeah, comfort animals.
I don't get on a plane without one.
No.
Comfort gerbil.
What's your comfort
gerbil.
gerbil?
Yeah.
Can you see the gerbil, or is it just riding internally?
Just depends. It depends on how much comfort.
Riding internally. Whoa.
It's a real Richard Gere situation.
I don't know. I don't think it's always bullshit. Like, I get it. Like, if I could have a cat that I can just pet on my lap that's slowly going dead. I mean, not the cat in my lap.
If I get on the plane and your cat is beside me, I'm freaking out.
Well, not my cat in real life. Like, he's a jerk. He's not going to go on the plane. But if I can have a
Just
calming
a
animal.
cat.
Yeah. Or
They
a
have
little
their
puppy.
own comfort animals.
Yeah. Yeah. If the pet could have its own comfort animal, I guess that would keep it calm.
Well, there's a lot of people with allergies, and this does cause problems. Some people get their comfort animal because they've got anxiety, and then other people are going to be allergic. So maybe we have robot comfort animals.
Oh.
You can sign them out, or they drop down if you need one.
Eye comfort.
Or no, the flight attendant just hands you your comfort animal, robot comfort animal of choice.
Yeah. I would get a turtle.
Yeah. There's all sorts of choices, and they are very realistic.
And they talk you down if you're starting to freak out. That'd be all right.
So,
a comfort robot animal.
Yeah.
Would it have fake fur on it? Would it just be metallic and cold?
it would look
I think it'd have to be
look fairly
realistic.
real.
Yeah.
So it's
Kind of, but the equivalent of if you go to a Chuck E. Cheese and you see those robotic animals that are.
I don't think we're talking about comfort anymore. We're talking about every kid's nightmare. So you got these like soulless animatronic dead-eyed things sitting on your kid's lap. That's a nightmare in the sky. Get in your coffin. I like that. And then we had before we had a scam idea. We pitched a scam. You could have a comfort human.
Yes, there you go.
So the idea there is if there's a person,
full-grown adult,
an adult who you find comforting, very soothing, you can have them ride with you, but they have to kind of crunch down
on your seat.
On your lap or in the aisle, like a little bit in the aisle sometimes, or just by your feet.
Very nearby to you, at least. Yeah.
So, and I think we at Pitch Guys Air, we know it's a bit of a scam, but we're letting people get away with it.
They don't get treated like a person, but they're still going to get a free flight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they have to have a leash and collar. I think first class is really just the problem overall with me, because I find that my ordeal is so much worsened by seeing how comfortable those people are up in first class.
So what about this? What if part of like what everyone's first class, but maybe we need to adjust this a little bit. Maybe there is a coach, but it's there's not actually a coach, but we have like a video kind of thing where like everybody in first class waves to everybody in coach, and you can just see a video of these people crammed in even tighter than you are, so
like,
you start feeling better because you have way more space than them, even though
those poor guys.
they're not on the plane.
Actually, you mentioned entering from the back of the plane. Let's have an actual coach section that's about 2 rows consisting of 12 seats total. And it's made up of animatronic people sitting in really tight coach quarters that make you feel really good about your normal size seats.
Yeah.
So now we're dedicating portions of our plane's real estate to fake passengers. Instead of just making the seats,
they turn into the comfort
instead of
robots
just adding more space.
No, they also do a musical number too.
Oh, okay.
So
It's part of
that's good.
That way.
That breaks up
part of the in-flight entertainment.
Yeah.
Yes, it takes up space, but it makes you feel so much better about your space.
It's about your experience.
Airports and airplanes are pretty much the only places I actually encounter class systems in my life.
It's true, yeah.
So do you think like there's ever been a situation where there's been a revolution on a plane? Like the lower class people have uprised and staged a coup and they've attacked the first class people just to improve their lives?
I don't know about that, but with the artificial intelligence system, with all of our animatronic comfort animals and our animatronic coach passengers, this could be a problem.
Yeah.
If they rise up and decide that they're not going to take it anymore.
If you have the comfort AI become sentient, that's a
you start hearing, do you hear the people sing? And then you just know that something's going to hit the
Les
fan.
Mis in the air.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. That's not if, it's a when.
Trevor's programming it into the AI to eventually take over.
Air murder.
Okay, we're in the air, and nothing much really exciting happens here. We've covered a lot of that.
Yeah.
The musical number.
Oh, you want a musical number?
Well, the AI robots are going to do their musical number.
Yeah, it's
that's good. I Believe I Can Fly.
Oh,
very bad
well,
timing.
I don't want to support R.
I don't
Kelly
know if
right
we
now.
should support that right now.
We'll wait and see, I think.
Yeah, we'll
but I will support Space
feel
Jam.
it out. Space Jam can always get some.
I watched Space Jam last week because I watch it every week.
Yeah.
And the music does not hold up with the current issues R. Kelly is facing.
That's true.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you go back and read Bill Cosby's marriage books.
Yeah.
You know, they don't hold up. They have a very different tone to them now.
Well, since you're talking about basketball, what about the idea of, and again, this is a different experience. We had the thrill ride planes. We've got the casket plane.
Yeah.
Right.
What about like other themes like a basketball court?
Theme planes?
Yeah, like a basketball court.
You just blew my mind.
And you have just 2 basketball teams in there. You got to pay a lot for it, but it's a full court.
You have basketball teams in the plane.
It's a modified court. The nets are going to be lower.
Right.
But yeah, you get to play basketball while you're in
Wow.
there.
There's lots of jumping and dunking on the plane in the sky.
You could hopefully hit some turbulence. The plane would drop, and you would just.
Exactly.
Well, European flights, they'd love like soccer planes.
Oh, yeah.
Just banging a ball around in there.
It's really expensive because there wouldn't be a lot of people on there. But
yeah.
I mean, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
while
It'd be
you're there,
between
so.
commercial and private plane, basically.
Yeah. Anything else you'd put on there besides a basketball court?
I'd like to see a water park plane. You know, you got lots of like splash zones, and you
Really
got a little
tiny water
slide, and,
slides.
squirt cannons. That'd be all right.
Maybe for like specialty birthdays, I'm thinking might be the market for this. You know, you're turning 30, you're turning 40, you're kind of feeling self-conscious about it. Your buddies book you a plane trip, but as the plane gets going, something happens. There's an attack on the plane. You turn into like this. You have to help the air flight attendant comes over to you, gives you like a weapon and says, you got to get us out of this. And then you have to like kind of role play through as an action hero. You're never in trouble, but it's like people get kidnapped.
That's great.
But you get to like role play as the hero that saves the plane in the end. Maybe you get into the pilot's seat. The pilot's actually like in the back flying or something, but you got to try to land. You got to try to land the plane.
A role plane.
You know?
Yeah.
A role plane.
Yeah. Role plane.
Role plane.
So what if you accidentally mixed it up though, and you thought you were on a role play flight, but it was not a role play flight, and then you're just people are wondering why you're acting so terribly when there's a real crisis.
Yeah.
Like, why is he rolling around on the ground and pretending to shoot a invisible gun?
I've done that a couple times.
This is a real issue. This man is having a heart attack. What's this?
That could be one of the role
doing?
plays. You get to pretend you're a
Is
doctor.
there a doctor on the plane?
I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
You're trying to do first aid, but it's a real situation. You're just pounding on someone's chest.
Okay, so we are arriving at our destination. It's time to land this plane.
Yeah.
We've been on this thing for like somewhere between 1.5 to 8 hours.
Right.
Sometimes 2 weeks.
And it's a long time.
Yeah.
You ever fly to New Zealand?
And no, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. You've been.
I'm not in physical shape where I would trust myself to make that flight now.
Oh, I know. It's quite an
That's a
endeavor.
young man's flight.
Yeah.
Like when you forget whether or not you've rotated your ankles enough in the last hour to not get a blood clot and die, that's not a flight worth taking.
Yeah.
No.
If we can't get to someplace in half an hour, 45 minutes, it's not worth flying to.
No.
Short flights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll speed recklessly.
Another way to speed the whole flight thing up is to not pay any attention to air traffic control when you arrive at your destination.
That slows
When we
things up.
arrive there,
We
we're
always
not
land
asking
first.
for permission. We just land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody works around it. And if they
Right.
don't like it, so be it. But
Yeah.
we've got all of our passengers are first class.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We've got air confidence.
yeah.
A good defense is a good offense.
I don't know how long we could get away with that, but we could sure do it for a while.
We might not get to use the same airport twice,
Yeah.
but we're going to have a hell of a ride.
Single flights to every place.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
like, why does it have to even come to a complete stop before people get out? Like, what are they going to do? They're on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, while it's still rolling a little bit, let
Yeah,
people
a
start
little
to
bit.
get off.
Oh, you know,
Not
what else?
older people or
Yeah.
people who aren't as mobile, but yeah, if you feel spry, then why does it have to be a complete stop?
And if it's not going to completely stop, the other thing that's really annoying is how long it takes to get off of the plane.
That's true.
So why not, if both sides of the plane just kind of collapse and
it
then
just cracks
the
open.
whole thing just cracks open and you
Right.
can just pile out and roll out wherever you are.
Oh, I like
Right.
that.
And the entire runway is padded
Yeah.
to allow you
Well, they have those emergency rubber slides. They don't use them enough.
I agree with that. I think we could get more slides out of it because that would be a fun way to leave. So
let's break those things out and give them a try.
Assuming that there are some problems with that and we have to get out of the plane in a more traditional manner, we arrive at our destination. That's another thing that I hate about traditional flights is that you're stuck on that plane while it's taxiing to your gate where you're going to get off, and then you got to wait for everybody who's in front of you to get off the plane, pull their bags out.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. How do we fix that problem?
The overhead storage, as soon as the plane comes to a stop, the doors would pop open and then
your bags just fall right
tip
out,
and they just all slide out.
Right.
And just get ready to catch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're given a 3-second warning.
Yeah. Because then you don't have like that one crappy wheel stuck on something or somebody else's luggage. Right.
Another thing that'd be good is if all of the seats would just disappear when you arrived at your destination.
And you just fall to the ground.
Yeah, and you just left. Actually, the plane just dematerializes. What if they were biodegradable? We made them out of kale. And then when they arrive at their destination, it's just shredded to pieces.
That plane's done.
You can rip your way out of it, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Or eat your way if you don't have enough kale in your diet.
Yeah.
Air kale. I don't think a plane made out of kale is practical.
No.
We need something that's a thicker roughage.
Right.
Beef
Spinach.
jerky.
Yeah. A jerky plane. Yeah. A meat plane.
A meat plane.
I forgot why, but a meat plane sounds good.
It definitely does, yeah. Oh. Sausage does have staying power. I mean, it should be good. Pepperoni if it's preserved.
Yeah.
Right? Hollowed out in the center.
An edible plane would be
Giant
good.
stick of pepperoni.
An edible
dugout
plane
canoe, but a dugout
for plane crash survivors.
Yeah.
They could eat the plane.
I know.
No cannibalism. You eat the plane.
Yeah. Oh. The great thing about it is when you get to your destination, you get to rip off a hunk
Yeah.
and away you go.
Yeah.
You got that snack to help you when you land.
Yeah.
Please help yourself to a piece of engine as you disembark the plane. Thank you for flying with Meat Air.
And now we have to assemble one of our 5 million planes again here. We've got another one coming in.
Again, it's a nice treat for people, so it's worth it.
It is. It's a little more expensive,
Right.
but
Everyone's first class. So.
yeah,
Flying through a meat airplane with watermelon seats.
What if you're a vegan? You get to fly through in a soy
I don't
plane.
think vegans fly.
No, they don't.
No, I looked into it. They don't fly. It's not a well-known fact, but yeah, it's true.
Wow. The last part of this process is that you have arrived at your destination and you've got to wait for your luggage to come down the line.
On that ride, the luggage gets to take.
And it is not fun. You wait for a long time and everybody's crowded at the front of the carousel, like where the luggage comes down the ramp, because they're not going to wait for the minute that it takes for the luggage to come around.
That's right.
Are you suspicious of the people too who are closer to where the luggage comes out?
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you needing to be where the luggage comes out? Are you loading up? You stealing my luggage? Right? I watch people like a hawk. You think you're walking out of here with this beat up piece of crap that has my dirty underwear in it?
Oh.
Not in my watch.
I love the life hack that everybody has done where they've all put a ribbon around their black suitcase now.
That solves the problem.
You know what I mean?
There's actually custom luggage now where you can get your face printed out and wrapped on the luggage.
Yeah,
I don't know if they wrap it on the luggage or what, or they make
it's
it
a
like
wrap.
but you have your face on the luggage.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like pitch guys there. You come off the plane, you go sit in the pub.
It's actually towed over to you by one of the animatronic animals that was on the plane.
They come and deliver it to you.
Yeah. Your eye is kind of swelling a little.
Oh my God.
Like it's, you got kind of a blood vessel popped in your eye. You doing all right?
Is that a tooth on the table there?
Oh, God. I'd just fit back in and it'd probably be okay.
That tooth wasn't there
try
before.
And put that in right now if you want.
Okay, well, I'll just give it a shot.
There you go.
You're having a rough day there.
It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be.
You got it.
That's not going to stay, I'll tell you that.
Well, guys, I think we have solved it. Pitch Guys Air, it seems like a go.
Pitch Air. It's expensive, but necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of perks. And I know that many of you out there who are listening are probably thinking, this is the way I want to travel. So we want to hear from you. Make sure to reach out to us on Facebook or through our Twitter account that we hardly ever use.
We have a Twitter account?
At Pitch Guys. We've got everything.
That's true.
And I want to say,
do we have a MySpace page?
Yeah, I've got it. It's not in heavy use. I created it 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So, but I want to say to you guys how much it means to me to be able to spend this time with you on a regular basis and do these podcasts. So you guys, you're really special to me.
Yeah.
And, I love you.
This is a nice moment.
I can't think of two guys I'd rather spend time with.
No, I mean, we are... It's
Sometimes we have disagreements and people get hurt, but in the end, we're all friends.
It's the kinship when it comes down to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for choosing Pitch Guys Air to get you to your final destination. As you exit the plane, please be cautious as your legs may still be weak from the sedation. Please remember to deposit your catheters and colostomy bags in the nearest trash receptacle and return your animatronic poodle to the nearest flight attendant. Don't forget to tear yourself off a generous chunk of our beef jerky hull, and remember, at Pitch Guys Air, you can't beat our meat. You can find Pitch Guys on most popular podcast streaming apps and connect with us via Facebook at Pitch Guys Podcast and on Twitter at Pitch Guys Podcast. We'll be taking a brief hiatus for the rest of April, but we will return with the new Pitch Guys episodes in early May. Theme music for Pitch Guys is Aces High by Kevin MacLeod.